Hello everyone, and welcome back to our series on mastering outdoor navigation. In our last episode, we covered the critical first step of setting our objectives. Now, it's time to dive into step 2, choosing waypoints. This is where your plan starts to take shape on the map, transforming a simple line from a to-be into a smart, safe, and efficient route. So, grab your maps and compasses, and let's get plotting. So, what exactly is a waypoint? Think of it as a checkpoint or a mini destination along your main route. It's a specific, identifiable feature on the ground that you can also pinpoint on your map. Instead of trying to walk in a single straight line for miles, which is nearly impossible in varied terrain, you navigate from one waypoint to the next. This breaks down a long, daunting journey into a series of smaller, manageable legs. It's like connecting the dots to create your path. Choosing the right waypoints is the key to staying on track and navigating with confidence. The first rule of choosing good waypoints is to use features that are logical and easy to monitor. We call these catching features. A catching feature is something so obvious that you can't miss it. Think of a river, a road, a distinct ridgeline, or a large lake. These features act like a safety net. For example, if your waypoint is a bridge over a creek, the creek itself is your catching feature. If you drift a little left or right, you'll eventually hit the creek, and you can just follow it to the bridge. This prevents you from overshooting your target and getting lost. Let's expand on that. Imagine your route takes you across a large, open field towards a small barn. The barn is your waypoint. But what if there's a dense tree line that runs perpendicular to your path, just behind the barn? That tree line is an excellent catching feature. Even if you miss the barn in low visibility, you know that once you hit that tree line, you've gone too far. You can then turn and follow the edge of the woods until you find the barn. Other great examples include a major trail junction, the base of a cliff, or the shoreline of a pond. Always ask yourself, if I miss my target, what will stop me? Now, let's talk about the types of features you should look for on your map. You want waypoints that are permanent and unmistakable. A distinct bend in a river is perfect. The summit of a hill is another great one. A junction where two well-defined trails meet is ideal. What you want to avoid are temporary or ambiguous features. A large, distinctive tree might seem like a good idea, but what if a storm knocked it down last week? What if there are several large, distinctive trees in the area? Similarly, a small, seasonal pond might be completely dry when you get there. Stick to features that are clearly marked on your map and are guaranteed to be there when you arrive, like rock outcroppings, buildings, power lines, or sharp changes in elevation. The second critical rule is to ensure your waypoints and the route between them avoid any no-go areas. No-go areas are places you absolutely must not enter for safety or legal reasons. This could be a swamp, a dense thicket of thorns, an area of unstable cliffs, or private property. Before you finalize a waypoint, carefully study the map around it. Look for symbols that indicate danger or restricted access. Is there a marshy area depicted nearby? Are the contour lines so close together that they indicate a sheer drop? Is there a clear boundary line showing private land? Your route should give these areas a wide berth. It is always better to add a little extra distance to your journey than to risk getting into a dangerous or problematic situation. Let's put this into practice with a scenario. You need to get from a parking lot to a campsite on the other side of a hill. Your direct line, or bearing, takes you straight over the summit. However, the map shows that the far side of the hill is covered in dense, impenetrable vegetation marked with that lovely green dot pattern that screams "Don't go here." It also crosses a swampy area. This straight line is a bad idea. A smarter route would be to pick a waypoint at a saddle or a low point on the ridge to the left of the summit. From there, you could choose a second waypoint at the point where the trail meets a stream. Finally, you follow the stream to the campsite. Each leg of this journey is safer and uses clear, identifiable features, and most importantly, it guides you around the no-go areas. Another aspect of avoiding no-go areas is considering the handrail technique. A handrail is a linear feature, like a river, a road, or a fence line that runs parallel to your general direction of travel. You can use it as a guide. By choosing waypoints that keep a reliable handrail on your left or right, you create a safe corridor for your travel. For instance, if you need to travel north and there's a river flowing roughly north on your east side, you can just keep that river on your right. This prevents you from straying to far west and, more importantly, keeps you from accidentally crossing into any potential hazards to the east. It simplifies navigation immensely, especially in poor visibility or dense forest. When you're plotting your waypoints, think about timing and distance. A good rule of thumb is to place waypoints at intervals that make sense for the terrain. In open, easy country, your waypoints might be a kilometer or more apart. But in dense woods or complex terrain with lots of ups and downs, you'll want them much closer together, perhaps every few hundred meters. This allows you to check your position more frequently and make small corrections before you drift to far off course. Each time you reach a waypoint, you stop, confirm your location on the map, and take a new bearing to the next one. It's a rhythm. Navigate, arrive, confirm, repeat. Let's recap the key takeaways. First, choose waypoints that are logical and easy to monitor. Use large catching features that will stop you if you go too far. Stick to permanent, unmistakable landmarks like trail junctions, river bends, and summits. Avoid temporary or ambiguous points. Second, and this is non-negotiable, make sure your waypoints steer you clear of all no-go areas. Scrutinize your map for hazards like swamps, cliffs, and private property. Always prioritize safety over the most direct route. A well-planned route isn't always the shortest, but it's always the smartest. By following these two fundamental principles using logical waypoints and avoiding no-go areas, you're rebuilding a robust navigation plan that will serve you well in the wild. You're not just hoping you'll find your destination. You're creating a step-by-step guide to get you there safely. That wraps up our deep dive into choosing waypoints. I hope you found this helpful. Practice this skill with a map of your local area. Pick a start and end point and try plotting a route with smart waypoints. It's a great way to build confidence. In our next video, we'll be moving on to step 3, measuring distances and bearings. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and are learning along with us, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss the next episode in our navigation series. Stay safe out there and happy trails!